Well, I mean, with me, like obviously it was like school plays and stuff like that, and then I joined the Everyman Youth Theatre here, and then that was like from the age of 13, and then that gives you the bug, the acting bug, and that was it really. It just kind of carried on from there. But I never got into drama school myself, even though I did try, and I had like a bit of a saga trying for them, and in the end I just started getting work in all kinds of arenas like street theatre, TIE, you know, amateur dramatics, semi-professional stuff, you know, just doing all kinds really.
But yeah, no, me and Paul, Paul, Sean have had similar routes in terms of trying to go to drama school, didn't get in, and then I went and done the physical theatre course at Hope Street. As you can possibly see, my slender build's felt build. And then obviously I went off to do clowning, study clowning in Paris, and kind of ever since then just worked through working various anything really, doing TIE, doing workshops, teaching, then you know, and then obviously you know as many plays as I possibly can, making my own plays. You know, I set up my own theatre company and then sort of put plays on like that, and then just worked and learned on the job, I suppose. I've worked with some great directors and actors and things, and learned from them immensely.
I did some sort of basic training in a field in it when I was 17.
It's in a field?
In a field, it was literally in a field. Act, tree, grain, gonna harvest you, soil and green. No,
it's raining.
Yeah. The option, I had children early, so I just didn't really think I had as much of an opportunity to do it as much as the necessity to actually get on and make a living out of it straight away. I think the necessity to do that was stronger than the actual inquisitive nature of going to a university and trying to pursue a degree in the course. So I kind of made a lot of contacts and tried to exploit them really, and just made use of that and just learned on the job, if you like. And I've been lucky to have opportunities along the way, working with certain people and developing certain skills that was sort of, some of them were innate and then a lot of them weren't, so you have to develop them. So yeah, I suppose if anything, the opportunity was just whoever I first worked with was just being given the opportunity to try it.
You know, there's so many times you are out of work and you just make something or put something on a cabaret night, do something, you know, come up with a character, come up with a sketch or a song, or you know, and just trying to get it on and get to see. And then from that for me personally has helped me network as well, because people go, oh, I really like that, can you know, I might have some work for you, or you know, I might have, you know, could you do this and we make a short film out of that, you know, and just things like that just kind of.
Yeah, in order to be a creative, like you do have to create. It's like a carpenter who's surrounded by tools in his shed and stuff and wood, but he never makes anything because he doesn't get paid for it. It's a question of that. In order to define who you are, you need to do it.
But then again, there is the one, like, I mean, I know myself, like I've kind of, you know, I've kind of sometimes get into the position where I do kind of sit there and wait. Sometimes for the phone to ring, you know, and sometimes you do get a bit like, oh, when's there going to be a job? You know what I mean? And I know exactly what you're both saying. Do you know what I mean? I think it actually, the real benefit is when you actually put the legwork in it yourself and you write the letters to people, or you make, you know, you film yourself doing something, or you know what I mean, whatever it is, it is. But you've got to put effort in yourself to get a reward. It's like I've got an agent, for example, but I know that, like, unless I'm knocking on his door and phoning him every couple of weeks, he's going to forget that he's got me. You know what I mean? In a weird kind of way. You know, you've always got to keep proving. You know, you got to keep. Yeah. And you forget. I get lazy and I can't be bothered, and I go, well, I'll call him next week. Yeah.
You've got to remind people that you're still there.
And also being versatile as well within the art industry, especially with the climate as well. Just being able to do other things as well as acting, but.
What used to frustrate me is some actors who do turn the nose up at things, which is fair enough in some situations. I mean, you know...
Tragedarian. Well, I'm just a tragedarian.
Well, you do meet some people who are like, you know, I'm just serious, dramatic, and I do this and that.
Just do puppet work.
I'm a tragedarian.
Like, for example, like pantomime. You know, like pantomime's actually like, you know, like our Christmas shows or anything like that for like kids or whatever, you know, for family kind of entertainment. You know, you will guarantee meet an actor who'll go, and which is, you know, I think it kind of is limiting, because I think even when you're doing something like a pantomime or something like that, or like a TIE tour, you learn a lot more in a weird way. You know what I mean? It almost kind of it informs what you do next in a weird way.
You can develop a work ethic. I mean, specifically with TIA, but you just mentioning that. When I was starting, I did a lot of TIE, and it was a regular wage, and it taught me a certain discipline within the art of being able to actually produce, create, and just get out there and do it. But also in the face of adversity sometimes, because you know some
kids are the biggest, best audience, aren't they?
They see right through you. If you've got a little bit of it, if you've got like you think you just get away with it, then that's not going to happen, especially with children, because they will be the first to say, wait a minute, that's not right, you're not really trying, or you're completely inaccurate, or whatever, you know. They wouldn't use the word inaccurate because 7 or 14, but you know. But they will see right through you. And also just that discipline of getting up and doing your stuff and doing your work.
Getting up early, getting there, setting up, touring's a massive thing as well.
It's also a great birth, you know, it teaches you like touring, just what happens on a tour, you know, about how to survive, how to keep yourself from going insane, really. But it's also about, you know, utilising your time as well, you know, to the best.